How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. I also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about Fubo TV. These are one of my high conviction plays. As many of you know, when I told you to load up when it was in the $17 range, many of you got even below that because it did pull back even further. You should be smiling right now. Of course, we had some strength in the market, but we also had a brand new press release that came out. So before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position in Fubo, I suggest you watch this whole entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over, yes, there have been recent changes in their board of directors, but who they brought on, I feel you really need to know about this person because this is going to help Fubo TV set them up very nicely for the future. But hey, we'll go into those details. But anyways, the second thing we're going to be talking about is the technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. Like I said, when it was in that $17 range, I said to load up. And you guys got in, some of you got in even lower than that, and you've already doubled up your investment already. But of course, this is a growth stock. It does have pullbacks. So if you're looking to get into a position and you want to make sure that you're not overpaying, you want to watch this portion of the video. And then third, we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. We want to know, is the market sentiment negative or is it positive? Are there a lot of shorts in Fubo TV? We've seen this a lot already, and we want to see if this is actually continuing. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as my details and everything else after that. All right, so let's get into it. So we're going over this recent press release that came out for Fubo TV. So former Penn National Gaming Inc. executive Carl Sadasanti appointed to Fubo's gaming board of directors. Sadasanti joins Fubo Gaming ahead of expected Q4 2021 Fubo Sportsbook launch. Fubo Gaming, a subsidiary of leading sports first live TV streaming platform Fubo TV Inc., has appointed former Penn National Gaming Inc. executive Carl Sadasanti its board of directors and as a chairman of its gaming compliance committee effective immediately. Sadasanti joins Fubo Gaming as it prepares to launch the Fubo Sportsbook, a comprehensive sports entertainment experience through online sports betting in the fourth quarter of 2021, subject to obtaining requisite regulatory approvals. With extensive experience in the gaming industry, including almost 18 years and as an executive at Penn National, Carl will bring valuable industry and unique legal and compliance insight to Fubo Gaming, said David Gandler, co-founder and CEO of Fubo TV. I'm looking forward to working with Carl as we set to transform streaming and betting into a combined interactive television experience. I'm excited to join Fubo's Gaming's board of directors, said Sadasanti. Their talented team and unique content and technology will be a potent combination in the growing interactive wagering space. From 2014 to 2020, Sadasanti served as an executive vice president and general counsel of Penn National, a leading gaming company with 42 gaming facilities in 20 jurisdictions and a growing online gaming/media business. He joined Penn in May 2003 and focused primarily on mergers and acquisitions, gaming development opportunities, corporate governance, and compliance. Among the many large transactions Sadasanti led from the legal side at Penn National were its recent Barstool Sports and Pinnacle Entertainment acquisitions. Prior to joining Penn National, Sadasanti held senior legal roles at Sanchez Computer Associates, a leading international banking software company, Salient Tree Communications, a diversified telecom company. He began his career with Schneider Harrison, a large Philadelphia law firm, and also has extensive teaching and lecturing experience on gaming and business law topics. Sadasanti received his JD from Villanova University School of Law. So this is definitely some great news for Fubo TV, and the fact, hey, they're going to be opening up their sportsbook in Q4 2021. We already know they're growing their subscriber base. We've seen that they're bringing in revenues as well. We've seen improvements on that recent earnings report. This is definitely looking really good, and I want to make sure you guys keep this on your watch list. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Fubo TV. Let's see how it performed on the day. So we ended up closing at $28.62, being up 2.58%. On the low, it tested $27.20. Then on the high, testing $29. So first and foremost, we want to see how it's lining up with our indicators. Of course, we're going to be looking at the 1-year daily chart. If we take a look at the RSI down below, you can see it's right around 60. So it's definitely gaining some momentum, being in that overbought territory. So if you're going to be buying Fubo right now, do keep in mind you are paying a premium. As far as how it's lining up with their indicators, we can see it's well above the 200-day. It's also above the 21-day EMA, but do keep in mind it's just shy below the 100-day here at $29.22 since it closed at $28.62. So you can see right over here, we talked about building out your position in Fubo. I was saying, hey, load up in that $17 range. Of course, it got even lower than that. I know many of you were able to catch it in the 14s and the 15s, and you've been enjoying quite the run up, right? It's literally gone up over 100% from these particular low levels back on May the 12th. So of course, this area of resistance here at 31.53. If Fubo TV is able to actually pass this particular area, then I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a strong run getting into around 32.57. And then once it gets past this area, I'll be looking forward to see it make that move going to that $34 range. That's assuming that it starts being bullish again and again reclaiming back to this 100-day. If it does decide to pull back, I'll be looking for it, if I was going to get into a new position here, to pull all the way back to around the 200-day here at $24.89. And if it ended up breaking through that, that's when I would continue to start loading. But again, only do this if you believe in the long-term prospects of Fubo TV. If you don't, then you shouldn't do this. If you're really just trying to play off the momentum and get some swing trades in there and so forth, as you can see here for now, and the way how the chart is looking, if I was going to be trading this, I would wait for it to pull back to the 21-day EMA, and then that would be my position, and I would go on a run. If it decided to pull back even further, then I'll be looking to average down on my position and just wait for the next pop to happen. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for Fubo TV. So right away, when we see the short volume ratio, it is at 13%. So this is actually not too bad at all. So what does this look like? So out of 7.6 million shares that were traded yesterday, 1 million of those shares, a little over 1 million was actually sold short. If we take a look at the short shares availability, updated 20 minutes ago, it's at 300,000, and the short borrow free rate is at 1.53%. Now we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio. We have seen back on June the 2nd, it was at 14.47, and now we are at a low at 13.42. So what does this mean? The overall market sentiment for Fubo TV is a lot more positive, and this is of no surprise because we are seeing, hey, as far as their most recent earnings report, this showed a lot of strength. And we also do realize the fact that, hey, as far as this overall value, and the fact of the matter is a lot of tech stocks are starting to pick back up. We have shorts who are covering their positions, and of course it bodes well for investors like you and I. So for my final thoughts for Fubo TV, this is definitely some great news to hear. They're going to be launching their sportsbook in Q4 of 2021. And the fact that they were able to bring on some expertise on their board of directors that's going to help them make sure that launch is successful and it runs smoothly is great to hear. We already know as far as for Fubo, we saw some improvements on that past earnings report. What does this mean? They were able to increase their subscribers by a substantial amount. As far as advertising, revenues, and so forth, there's definitely been some benefits. We also talked about them and their partnership that they had with LG. We already know they make great OLED TVs. So the fact of the matter is they have the opportunity to really tap into their current subscribers and as also as their growing base to really launch their sportsbook and be very successful with it. And this is part of the reasons why I have high conviction in this play. We already talked about in regards to their sports TV streaming service, by them launching a sportsbook within that, I feel like it could be a game changer. I talked about that in some previous videos, and I'm going to talk about it again. Imagine this. You have Stephen Curry at the free throw line, and then you can bet whether he makes the shot or whether he misses a shot. This is the potential that Fubo Sportsbook actually has, and I feel like like I said, I said it already. It's going to be a game changer. Congrats to those that were able to get in at the $17 or $15 level. The $15 level when it did pull back, but if you got in at 17 when I spoke about it, things are looking really good. And as far as Fubo TV is concerned and how long I'm planning to actually hold it, I'm going to be holding it for at least 2 years because I already know already I'm almost close to doubling my investment. And I hope you guys will be able to actually get into this position as well. But do keep in mind it's volatile. It's going to have pullbacks. So make sure you use a dollar cost averaging approach. And I almost forgot, as far as for the short interest for Fubo TV, big time improvements being at around 13%. I remember when we were covering it, it was well above 21%. There were a lot of shorts in this play. So what this means, they have covered on their positions. So what does it look like? It is very positive for Fubo, and they're going to be looking forward to seeing the growth. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on it, but of course, we have high conviction over here. We know what the potential is, and yeah, that's about it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be talking real soon.